Right, here we are. Again, we are not together, are we, Chris?
Yeah, but I'm in the other room. He doesn't want to sit next to me.
Well, yeah, you're in the other room in Magic. It doesn't look like Magicbox in the background. It actually looks better.
It looks like my spare bedroom at home in
It actually
Wolverhampton.
looks like a magic shop with all that stuff behind you, by the way. Are they all magic books and stuff in
It's
there?
not magic books now.
All
There
right,
are
doesn't
some
matter
magic
then.
books in there.
Right, move on then.
I want to show you a magic book now. Hang on. Look, on this shelf here, I've got more Commercial Killers by Chris Congreve. I've got Commercial Killers by Chris Congreve.
Good
I've
books.
got Curiously Enough by Chris Congreve. I've got Curiouser and Curiouser by Chris Congreve. And I've got Alas, Chris and Jones, The Magic of Chris Congreve and Gary Jones by Chris Congreve. There you go.
Very good books, them. Very good books, and very well produced, I would say as well. They look good as
They
well.
are good. They are well produced, whether they're good or not. But that's a cracker. That one. You can get that on paperback now via myself or Magicbox as well. So there you go.
So yes, we are apart, but we are going to do some more filming next week where we're going to be together.
We will.
Yes, and next week actually I am at Tricks in the Sticks.
It's not Tricks in the Sticks anymore. It's just Tricks.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it is just Tricks.
Because it's in Stoke-on-Trent. There's not many sticks around there, is there?
So for anybody who doesn't know, Tricks in the Sticks is or was, it still is. It's a kids convention for kids entertainers. It's usually well attended. It used to be over in sort of right on the border of Wales.
It was
Shrewsbury.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like Shrewsbury way. And it was literally a hotel, literally in the middle of nowhere, hence why it was called Tricks in the Sticks.
So Jeremy used to organise it when
Yeah.
he was in charge of
So
Practical
Jeremy
Magic.
from Practical Magic. It's now organised obviously by Gary Dunn
Gary
and John Kimmins.
Yeah.
Obviously Gary runs Practical Magic, which sell a lot of kids magic effects and stuff. So they organised the convention. We've been going since it started. So Magicbox will be there at Stoke at Tricks.
I was looking at the lineup the other day, and it looks like a good lineup and stuff. And I was sort of tempted. I was almost tempted to come along, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it now. But I don't know. Could I sneak in on your stand, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah,
it looks pretty. It does look good, and they've got cabaret shows and everything. It even says like may contain swearing and adult themed stuff.
And the show on the nighttime on the Tuesday night is not kid friendly. It's not like a kids. It's hard to describe. Although it's all full of kids entertainers, the shows are fantastic. It's like all like really good comedy stuff, and it's like Mickey takes and it's sketches about kids entertainers. It's very very funny.
Yeah, it sounds good.
In fact, what we'll do, Taylor's going to hate this, but we'll cut in a little sketch now, just a short sketch right now. So there you go. There's a little sketch from Tricks and the Sticks to give you a rough idea of the type of stuff that they do, which it's always very funny. They have funny kids sketches and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, Magicbox will be there next week, which is Tuesday and Wednesday, May, this coming week actually, because this is going out on the Sunday. So this Tuesday and Wednesday will be there with all the sort of kid stuff. We will have close-up stuff as well, but generally we take mostly like your kids props and things. We'll have the duck, the Francis the Uneducated Duck, and some other really exciting new kids props and stuff.
I've seen that. I've had a little play around with that, by the way, and it is great. It is good.
Yeah. We'll talk about that maybe on one of the next videos that we do, maybe the next weeks or something. We can talk about
we'd already talked about it once. You just want to talk about it again.
I think we've mentioned the duck, but I don't think we've actually had it physically here, so I can show you, the workings and things of it.
I'm fairly sure we have.
I'll have to double check with Taylor. I can't remember what we have and haven't done, to be honest. Anyway. So there's not really any news this week other than I was going to tell you about a job that I did on Tuesday. We're filming this on Friday. And I did a job on Tuesday, and I have to say it's one of the worst shows I've ever done.
That's a low bar, isn't it?
It's a low. I mean, to be honest, I've had some shockers in my time. I'll be honest, over the years. This was a shocker. So it was an old people's home, a care home near where I live. Now I'm no stranger to doing care homes. I've done quite a few over the years. I probably do 5 or 6 in any given year. And actually, I cut my teeth doing old people's homes because my mum, used to work in one in Prideaux, which is where I'm from originally, and it was called Red Brick House, and she was a cleaner. out there. And I was about 13, 14, I think, and that was the first place I ever did a show. So it's the first place I ever physically put stuff together to create a half hour, whatever it was, show. And I still remember what I did at the time. I remember opening the show with Torn and Restored newspaper. Then I went into Drinking News, which, if you're not familiar with, is the old Milk magazine fake, where you open the newspaper and pour the drink in. So I went, Torn and Restored newspaper, restored it, then went straight into that. And I remember the music I used was Step Off the Train, Walking Down Your Street Again.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Do you know the song? It was an old 90s
I do,
classic.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do a Rod Stewart song or something.
No. I might look a bit like Rod Stewart, but anyway, I remember using that track because back then that's what we were all into. We were all into close-up. Wasn't really a thing back in the sort of early 90s. Most people were doing.
It was just starting.
Yeah, people sort of. When I was in the juniors, everybody wanted to do like Lance Burton, Canes, and which I did in the show as well. Canes and candles and music and doves and all that kind of stuff. That's what we all wanted to do. So anyway, this old people's home. I turned up on Tuesday. As I pulled into the car park, I knew just looking at the building that this was going to be horrendous. I just knew it. I knew, as soon as I pulled up in the car park, it looked a little bit dodgy, a little bit run down. Anyway,
have we not spoke about this before though? Is it not like a self-fulfilling prophecy? Once you get there and your heart sinks and you think this is going to be a stinker, and it usually is, like, or not.
Nah, sometimes you think it's going to be a stinker and it ends up being really good.
Okay.
This was just the opposite.
Go on, anyway.
It got worse and worse. It got worse.
Carry on.
So anyway, I went into the reception. You open when you go into old people's home, you've probably been in a care home. You open the door and it's like stepping off the plane on holiday. It's like the heat just goes bang. It was so hot. Anyway, the receptionist lady goes, "Oh, you're the magician. Yeah. I'm going to show you where you are. They're all ready for you in the living room, in the lounge. They're all sitting waiting for you." It's like, right, okay. Walked into the lounge. There were 6 women, right, in wheelchairs, all asleep. Every single one of them fast asleep, right, with the telly going where I was setting up under the telly, right? So I went in, I'm putting my stuff in and that, and I'm like, they're all asleep, so I'm being careful not to wake them up, right, as I'm setting up my show, putting my speaker up and stuff, putting my speaker up and setting all my stuff up. And essentially when I do an old people's home, essentially it's like an adult cabaret show, 45-minute cabaret show with a few bits in, with music and things like that. So anyway, I get set up. As I'm setting up, and they wheeled another couple of ladies in wheelchairs. One of them,
awake?
These were awake when they came in, but then one of them got up and started, while I was setting up, started walking towards the front, and this other one started kicking off. She was going, get away from, really aggressively, get away from me! Don't you dare touch me! Don't you dare touch me! And this older woman was walking, trying to get a Zimmer frame off this other woman, and they were going to have a Barney, and one of the staff come in and had to break them up. And I'm like, and this was the one woman who was awake now at the front. All the rest then sat back down and fell back asleep. So there's this one woman who was really aggressive, like obviously did not want to be there. She's proper, like, didn't want to be there. And then normally when you do the show, normally there's like, you have a couple of members of staff in there, no staff. They just left them and just went out. So I'm stood there with one woman who didn't want to be there, the other 7 all asleep. And I'm like, this is just not going to... So I ended up doing about 10 to 15 minutes of stuff to music where I didn't need any interaction. I can just do my stuff. I just do it as if I'm doing it to a room full of people. You know what I mean? Torn, restored newspaper, some other bits and pieces to music, blah, blah, blah. And after about 10, 15 minutes, I'm thinking, I need to ask her something. I've got to like interact with her now and start doing stuff. And she was just horrendous. Everybody else was asleep. Here's a good example. She takes a card, and I'm going to do my card morph, where the card morphs from the 6 of diamonds to the 8 of diamonds.
Yeah.
So obviously you have the 6 of diamonds freely selected. She takes the card, puts it back in, loads it back up. And now I bring out the 6 of diamonds from my pocket and I go, and your card, the 6 of diamonds. She goes, what a clever lad. And I'm like, no, hang on. No, no, it's not your card. Yours was a different one. What's that? You said yours was the 8 of diamonds. And then I did the thing, changing the 8 of diamonds. And I was just like, oh no, it's going from bad to worse, this. Now, I actually thought I could just sit down and do nothing because nobody was interested. She wasn't interested. Everybody else was asleep. I thought I could just sit down with my arms crossed. But the problem was there were some windows to the left, and every now and then a staff member walked past. So I had to look like I was doing something. Honestly, after about 25 minutes, I was just, get me out of here, like.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. Luckily, a staff member came in, and as soon as you come in, I was like grabbed a hold. I was like, oh, great, great, great. And then I started doing a couple of things with her. She was miserable. She wasn't interested as well. This staff member, she wasn't interested. So I managed to do about 35 minutes. And that was it. I just thought I'm going to have to call it a day here and left. Got me money, left. And honestly, I was questioning my life choices, Chris. I was literally like going, like, magic's not for me. I'm going to burn all my props when I get home. I'm not going to do magic anymore. I'm giving it up. It was horrendous.
It's awful, isn't it? Have you done a gig
honestly,
since?
Nah.
So,
Nah.
So when you next time you go out, that's like
Saturday, tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's face it, it's got to be bad for it to be worse than that, in it. So
Yeah,
what is it
it
tomorrow?
was honestly, it's one of the worst ones I've ever done. I've never done. I've done
I
other
had a
people's
similar
home. And,
I had a similar experience in an old people's home. So they booked me, right? I it's my daughter was only little, and I forgot all about this gig. So they phoned me, and I'm like, oh shit, is that today? So I drove up there with my close-up case,
Mhm.
and like my sort of 5-year-old daughter or wherever she was at the time, 4-year-old daughter, because her mum was at work. And I get in there and I says, and I was like, I'm really sorry, you know, blah blah blah. And they were all sat there waiting for me, but they're all spread out, like you said, in the wheelchairs,
Yeah,
and I've got like a close up bag full of stuff. So I did a couple of close up tricks, and they were all like that, not a single reaction. And then I
yeah,
went to the staff and says, look, I said I was expecting close up here. I said I'll come back and do a proper like stand up show for you. I said I'll give you a ring and arrange it. And I got my daughter, and I pissed off, and I never took any money or anything. She's like, what do we owe you? I was like, no, it's fine. I said I'll sort out the show, and I never went back.
yeah. They are hard work. I mean, I do some which are all right when there's like a lot of them, and then if you got a few of them that
I've
are
done them.
asleep,
My
but if
mum
there's
used to, same as you. My mum worked in one, and they used to have stuff where the families were there and everything,
yeah,
and they'd be
that's
outside
great if
having
you got
like
that. Yeah,
having
that's
an
great.
afternoon tea or something like that,
Yeah,
and they're great. They were brilliant, you know. And I've done loads of them, but when they sort of wheel them morning, like you say, for a show, and then go and leave you there,
yeah.
it's once. But I know people. Gary Jones does quite a lot of old people's homes stuff.
Right? Does he? I didn't know
I
that.
think he does, yeah. But the problem is they'll keep him one of these days. But now they'll think he's a I think he lives there. I hope he's watching. So yeah, send us your worst gig experiences. I'd be interested to hear if there's any as bad as that one, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on all day about worst gigs. I've had some shockers, but
I think we all do, don't we?
but
My worst, my
that's
worst
for
ever
another
gig
day.
experience ever was when I was doing cabaret. I was doing holiday parks almost 20 years ago, and I was in a camp called Tim Hour, which is in North Wales, in Real or Prestatyn or somewhere like that. I can't remember. Prestatyn, I think. So I'd been doing this camp for a few weeks, and I had like a small room that held about 300 people, and it always used to go down okay there. And then I got there this one particularly horrible grey bank holiday Monday, right? And it's drizzling outside, and it's really awful. And they said, "Oh, you're in the big room this week." And I get in there, and this room is like really long and thin.
Yeah,
There's about 1,000 people in this room, and the miles. I mean, the person on the stage looks about this big, right? And when I got there, the kids were doing a talent competition, right? And the whole audience were just having a beer and talking over their own kids doing a talent competition. And I thought, I'm just going to die a death here. And I did. I mean, it was just awful. In fact, one of the things that stood out, and I can't remember how I got out of it, I don't think I did. You remember the tear paper effect?
Wayne Dobson
And
had a version
Wayne
out
Dobson,
in
yeah.
Kick,
So
Kick
you
It
had
Up
a
and
sheet of regular paper, and then you had a sheet of Tyvek paper. So
yeah,
you tore a piece off for yourself, and you tore a piece off for the kid, and then you go, so I'm going to teach you to be a magician, kid, and you rip the piece of paper up, and you go like this, like this, like this, and the kid's like struggling to rip it, they can't
yeah,
rip it, and you say, and when you blow like this, it'll restore, and yours comes down like confetti, and you look at the kid, and he's still got a single piece of paper, and you
yeah,
go, look at that, the kid's a magician, and he always used to get a good reaction.
yeah,
So but you have to keep an eye on the kid out the corner of your eye, right? So this kid, right, he gets up on stage and he's like a proper rough little kid from Liverpool. Hey, there, mate. You know, and he goes, like that, like that. And then he went, and he nicked it with his teeth and ripped it in half. What do you do with that? Oh, I think I just sent you back and did nothing and just went, It was terrible. I'm blushing thinking about it, man. It was so bad. So that's probably my worst experience, I think.
Yeah, we did. We all have shockers. I could go on all day, but we're short on
Yeah, yeah.
time. But you don't want to hear all my shocking stories. But that's one
No,
for you
send them
anyway.
in. We'll read
Yeah,
you out, mate.
yeah. Please send them
Absolutely.
in. We'll read them out. That would be good. So let's move on to old
Old school.
school. Okay, so old school. Here we are. We're old school. You might notice this thing sticking in my head. This is an extra camera which Taylor's put in. So the trick we're going to talk about this week is very old school, and it is this is
NFW.
NFW, which at the
No
minute is
flipping way.
which at the minute is produced by Penguin Magic, but
Okay.
originally is it Gary Friedman? This I think, if I remember
Yeah,
right, Gary
that's right.
Friedman,
Yeah.
NFW, and I think it was originally put out with what's that company called? The American guy.
Is it Elmwood?
Elmwood, yes, it was. It was an Elmwood. It was an Elmwood release back in the 90s, late 90s, maybe.
I think it might have been
Later.
2000s, early 2000s,
Okay,
maybe.
might
I
have been the
remember when
two.
it came out.
I'd just say
It's great.
90s. I'd just say 90s for everything because that to me is like
Okay,
10 years
probably.
ago.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's what it feels
Scary,
like.
isn't it?
So anyway, NFW, it's a packet trick, and I'm going to demo it for you. No, it's been a few years since I've done this, but I'm going to try and do this on this camera for you.
Have you rehearsed?
Have I what?
Have you
No,
rehearsed?
I don't need a rehearse, man. I've done this for years. It's like riding a
So
bike.
when you mess it up, I've got to sit here and go, you're a clever lad.
Yes, please. It'll make us feel just like I was. So I'm going to show you something with 4 jokers. All right, so 4 jokers, and I want you, Chris, to see if you can spot the odd one out. All right, so if I go through the 4 jokers, you might see that one of them is face down.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I give it a little snap and give it a little spin like this, what happens is another one of those jokers turns face down. So now it's hard to tell which one's the odd one out because there's 2 face up and 2 face down. I'll do the next card. I'm going to turn it face down visibly for you. So watch this. I'll do it visibly for you. I don't know if you'll see it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You did, all right. But if I give it a little shake like that, you might not see the next one turn face down. So now all the jokers are face down. What's really cool about this, though, if I snap my fingers, I don't know if did you notice how many jokers there was?
4.
4, but you didn't see the 4 aces.
Beautiful trick. That's great, isn't it?
And there we go.
Love it.
And that's NFW.
So it just shows with this old school thing that there's a lot of people who would have got into magic over the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years who've probably never seen that trick before. And it's a belter.
Yeah. It's a great trick. It uses 1 sleight, which is an Emsley count.
Didn't you do a double lift as well at some point? Or a block push off?
No.
You just turn 1 card. I can't remember the handling. It's been ages since I
Yeah,
did it.
no, it's literally just an Emsley count. And then there is one other thing, but I wouldn't even say it's a move. It's just holding such and such in a certain way. I wouldn't say it's even a move.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just a way of doing something.
No. I mean, I used to do it. I used to do it back when it came out, and then, to be honest with you, I hadn't even thought about it for ages. And then you said, "Oh, we'll do NFW," and I was like, "Oh, what a great trick!" So it's reminded me about it. You know, I might pick another one up myself.
It was mega popular when it first came out. I remember us selling it at the shop, and we used to dem it all the time. But even not dem it, we used to sell loads. Yeah, I used to sell loads of those online.
What's the price on that now? 23 quid, did I say?
Yeah, it is £23. Yeah.
And you know what? The weird thing, it's a bit like colour tellies. We've talked about this before. I think it was that price. It was about that price when it came out all them years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was a bit cheap. I think it was about 15 or 17 or something originally.
It wasn't a lot cheaper, I don't think.
No, so it has gone up a little bit, but I don't think it's gone up much. But that was like, I remember when that came out, it almost felt like I don't know how to describe it, like a revolution of packet tricks. You know, it was like
it was.
There was other packet tricks out there, but that was like really just, I don't know what it was. It was quick, it was fast, and it was in your face.
See, packet tricks then were very much out of favour, weren't they? Do you know what I mean? Like the packet tricks were massive, like in the 80s and the 70s and the 80s, and you had like Colour Monty, and all the what's his name? Like horsing around and all that kind of stuff. I'm just desperately trying to think of the guy's name who used to do what's his name? Who wrote the books?
Don't know. Can't
Oh,
remember. Don't know who you mean.
Nick Trost, all the Nick Trost
Oh
packet
yeah,
tricks and
yeah. Nick Trust. Yeah.
but when before this came along, packet tricks had really fell out of favour. Do you remember? And there was
hmm
like
hmm
hardly anybody bought packet tricks at all. And then this came out, and it just bang, and it just like you say, it revolutionised packet
Yeah,
tricks again.
it felt like a real breath of fresh air at the time. I think when
Yeah,
it came out, it was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
wow. It was so quick and flashy, and like it wasn't like a typical packet trick. Um, and yeah, it was mega popular. So there you go. That's NFW. There's a few tricks sort of based on that now, which are out, which we can discuss another time. No,
Double back is probably the closest to it, I think, which is
I
John
think
Allen
Richard
King.
Sanders' Ace and King
Yeah,
Kong are kind of
yeah.
loosely based on it as well.
Similar. Yeah, yeah,
Are
yeah.
sort of
But
similar
they're
in
more like
practice, but
Dr. Daly's, aren't they, in the
yeah,
spectators'
yeah, they
hands?
involve a little bit
Whereas this
more.
is
There's a
just
bit more of
watch,
the
you just watch it. But I think it's great. What's the reset like on that, mate? I can't remember. Is it just
It's pretty much
50 second
instant.
reset?
It's pretty
Yeah,
much instant reset. Yeah, instant reset.
there you go.
So there we go. So that's it.
NSW?
That's for old school. And now we'll move on to reviews and review.
No, no.
Oh, no, what's next?
Over to you.
Oh,
Questions?
I got that wrong, didn't I? Right. So now it's over to you. So questions. Here we are with questions. And question number one, we're going to go for this, and being told this might be controversial. We have this question, and it's if you could have come up with one magic trick that somebody else released, what would it be? This comes from actually two people asking the same question, from Magic for Beginners HQ and Michael Forsyth, who's a customer here at Magicbox. So do you want to go first? And I'm wondering whether one of yours might be the same as mine, or do you want me to go first?
Um, I'll go first with one, and then the second one is going to be a bit more controversial. So the
Right.
first one would be Cartoon.
Good choice.
Um,
That is a good choice.
because I think it's just, well, the one thing, it's made the creator an absolute ton of money, right? So that's the first thing. Just
Yeah.
purely from a selfish point of view, wouldn't it have been nice? But I just think it's so creative and off the wall, and I've never seen anything like it. I think it's just a brilliant premise of the magician pulling the card out of the hat on the back of cards. A thought of card. I think he's got everything. I mean, the only drawback for it really is you can't do it at a table if you're doing a gig, but other than that, I just think it's a fantastic thing. In fact, I've just recently picked up the latest version of it to start doing it again. So
Yeah,
there
the
you go.
latest version is actually better. It's cheaper than the original,
Mm.
and it's better quality, and the pictures are better. Penguin
Um,
did a knockout job with that. We've got some on the shelf, but
I've
great
picked it
trick.
up, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and play with it yet, so I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what your first choice is?
So cartoon is a great trick, but the trick that I would wish I had invented for very similar money reasons as you, selfishly, is double cross.
So that was my second choice, the one that's going to be controversial.
So we'll come on to that in a second. So double cross for me, because so many magicians use it because it's just such a standout effect. It gets such a crazy reactions off spectators. So that's why for me, double cross. And again, I know how many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, that have been sold over the years. I mean, we sell. I don't know how many we've sold we've sold hundreds for sure. And it's not a cheap trick either, but I'd imagine it wasn't particularly cheap to manufacture either. But yeah, that would be my first choice. And my second choice is a little bit sort of out there a little bit. And it is cube zag, which is an illusion, stage illusion.
Okay.
And we've got one
Okay.
here in the shop. And for anybody who doesn't know what cube zag is, Taylor will cut in just a picture of one, shaking his head, but he'll cut in a picture of one now on the screen. And the effect is it's essentially a small version of a zigzag girl. So the girl goes inside, you put a tube through, you put a blade through the middle, tube goes through the side or the front, depending on the version, and then you zigzag the box so they're in two halves. And it looks like the girl's
Okay.
disappeared, but you can still see her hand through the box. Now, I've used one of those for years. I've had two. I've got my second one I still have, and it's here at Magicbox
So
in the
is it
studio.
based on the classic harband zigzag?
No, it uses a totally different principle to the standard zigzag.
But
And
do you
the
not
reason,
think do you not think Robert Harban was like a genius coming up with
Oh,
that all those years
absolutely.
ago?
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it was
Absolutely.
so ahead of his time with things like that. It was incredible, I think.
Yeah.
You know, when you
But
look back.
stage illusion wise, I would love to have invented that and know that it was used all around the world on TV shows, the amount of people who've
Mm.
used it on TV, the amount of famous magicians who've performed it. I
I
think
see.
every
I
stage
never do.
illusionist in the
I never do
world has used it at some
illusions,
point.
and I've never done them because you imagine me dancing around the stage, you know. But what are you laughing at? That's not very nice.
I can't get that
But
image out of my head actually now. It's like,
but I saw Guy Barrett do a lecture many years ago at my local magic club all about illusions,
mhm.
and I just found it absolutely fascinating. You know, because it was something that was completely new to me, the sort of theory behind it and everything else, and I just found it, you know, because I'd just been brought up on like close up magic and stand up magic and illusions. I just think it's fascinating. I think if you know if to see how they can hide things in plain sight, you know, just by changing the sort of the way that you look at stuff, and you know, you think there's always a woman hiding in a little space, and stuff. I just think it's brilliant. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's just the way the design is sort of really, really good. And if you've got a good cube zag, like you could literally put a cube zag right in a restaurant. You could go into a restaurant, you can do it surrounded. The girl could get inside, and you could do it with people 360 all the way around you, close up, and people wouldn't know where she is. It's like
Mm.
it was just a really when it came out, it just was mind blowing. But back when
Who invented it?
we need somebody to comment and tell us because I honestly don't know who invented it originally. I think
Okay,
it's been through that many different iterations with
right.
different versions and different things. I don't know. It's been lost in translation and lost in history. But back when I was younger, we all wanted to do illusions. We all wanted to be David Copperfield or Lance Burton or Wayne Dobson back in the day. And if anybody doesn't know me, I love illusions and I still do them occasionally. I do maybe 1, 2 shows a year, illusion shows, but I love
You got
illusions.
a few in the shop, haven't you?
I have. I've still got all the props which I've bought over the years. I keep them. I love them. They're big toys. Is what it is. You know,
Yeah,
we're kids at the end of the day, magicians. That's what we love it for. Part of the reason I
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
magic is we're big kids, and these are big props. You know, like big toys to play with. So anyway, so there you go. So let's go back to your second one
So
that you
yeah,
want to invent.
it would have been
Double cross.
double crossed as well. But it always leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth because um, Gary Jones came up with the idea for double crossed, and it was stolen from him, and it annoys me. You know, I was with him the night that he told the person who put it out with his name on it. And he told him all about it, and he said, "I've had this idea, blah blah blah," and he described it almost exactly. We were doing some filming with Alakazam, and then a couple of years later, it turned up with his name on, no mention of Gary or whatever. And you know, to think that he made money off the back of somebody else's idea, and then it's gone on to do everything that it's done.
Yeah.
I just find it a little bit. And Gary was really, I think he's still, you know, he's bought him and he uses it himself. So he's a bit philosophical about it these days. But I don't know, he was really hurt by it at the time. And he sort of made his feelings quite clearly known on the Magic Cafe and stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, money talks, and the person who produces it just went. So there you go. But
Yeah,
it's a
so
great
obviously, you know, it was the person's name who went on it, and then it went out to Chris Smith at Magic Smith, and obviously he produces it, and he's the one realistically who's probably made all the money on it, because he had the rights, he got the rights off the originator, and he produced them, and he still does. But yeah, it's sad how that happens in this world. It does happen, you know, more times than people think, I think, with various different effects. But you know, it's a great effect that I'm sure
It is.
everybody wishes
It's
they had
brilliant.
invented as
I
well.
haven't got one at the moment. The last time I went to use it, I did the thing, and then she turned her hand over, and there was nothing there, and it had all dried up, and I didn't realise. So I felt a bit stupid, so I've never done it since. I keep meaning to buy another one, and I think
Well,
the biggest problem was how to store it. But and we talked about him last week. But Tony Antonio makes a really cool holder for it, doesn't he? That you can sort of stick in your pocket and stuff now. So that
yeah.
was always the big drawback for me was where
I
to
mean,
store
that's
it. When
the other thing why it's a great trick because it doesn't last forever. You have to refill it. So you either have to buy the refills, or a lot of people
Mm,
just buy the gimmick again. Like I go through them probably one every 6 months. I would say mine dries out after 6 months, or the ink
yeah.
you run out of ink and you have to replace the ink in it.
Mm.
So again, it's one of those things you have to keep buying them, or at least buying the refills. That's why another reason why I think it was a good trick that I wish I'd invented. So there we go.
Yeah.
That's answered the first question.
First question. Second one.
Second one is, and hopefully this won't take too long, but this comes from Dale Henderson, and it is, what is the perfect opening trick for close-up?
Okay.
So I'll let you do yours first, or do you want me to do mine first?
I'll let you do yours first because
so mine is, I don't need any time to think about this. As soon as I saw the question, I know what it is, and it's flash paper or flash raffle tickets. So my opener literally is this, and we've talked about this before. I go up to the table and I say, has anybody bought a raffle ticket? Or if it's somewhere that there's not going to be a raffle, have you got your drinks tokens? I go over and I say, have you got a raffle ticket? If you haven't, have you got a lighter? Get a lighter, because if you light the raffle tickets, you can change them into coins for the bar, and then you can go and get drinks and stuff. And now I go into a coin routine, which we will film in a second and cut in. So we'll cut that routine in now. Oh, hi there. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Apologies. I just wanted to check if you guys have got your raffle tickets yet. Have you bought a raffle ticket? If not, you need a lighter. Have you got a lighter? I think it's in this pocket. What you do is you get a lighter, right? I know it sounds a bit weird, but if you light them like this, you can change them into coins for the bar, and then you can go and get your drinks in. The only trouble is I haven't got a lighter, so I can't show you that. And by the way, it's not a real coin. I know it looks real and it sort of sounds real, but watch what happens if you squeeze it like this, right? This happens. But if you rub here, it comes back, so it's all good. And if you're not sure if it is real, you can tell by the taste. Can I show you real quick? I'll show you real quick. Oh, right. That's like a fake. That's like a fake. Sorry, 1 second. Can I start again? I'll start again. So what I was saying is this is a fake coin. Now, the best way to tell if it's real is to give it to this lady here, because that's what happens when you give money to women. Just disappears. By the way, I do have a spare one as well. Not here, but under my shoe. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look, just down there. And if you can't see that one, I can make it a little bit bigger for you as well. Is that one easier to see? Because it's like a bigger... No, you didn't like that one. By the way, just in case anybody wonders, I'm the magician. Can I do something good for you now? So that's my full coin routine.
Tyler.
That's my full coin routine.
You do it to him every week.
But I do work them hard, don't I? Child labour. That's all I can say. But yeah, I use that as an opener. Now, I don't always do that as my opener. I'm going to show you another opener that I do. But if anyone doesn't know, these are flash paper, but made as raffle tickets. Now, before this, I used to use just flash paper, but I was finding I was tearing the flash paper into roughly this size. And then it just occurred to us one day that that would be the perfect thing, because people know what these are. Or in the UK, they do anyway. They know what a raffle ticket is. But you didn't have to do a coin trick. You could walk up to the table and say, oh, hello, you guys have won the raffle. Do you know what you've won? You've won a magic trick. And now you've got a sponge ball, and then you go into a sponge ball routine. Or you could do, anything really. You could produce anything with this. Another idea is to do this. Is to go up to a table if there's kids on the table. You say, oh, you've won the raffle. Do you know what you've won? You've won a lollipop. And then you give the kid the lollipop bite. And then normally at this point, after I've done the routine, I go, by the way, in case you wondered, I'm the magician. Which then gets a laugh. And now I go into routine.
I used to light something with a piece of flash paper with a lighter during a routine. And if there was kids there, I used to say to the kids, I say, look, we've got a cigarette lighter and some paper. Now, don't do this at home, kids. Do it at school. It's funnier.
Yeah.
We should get a laugh off the adults and a few disproving looks. But it's great. So I've talked about this before briefly.
The other thing that I use as well sometimes is I'll go up to a table, and if someone's on their phone like this, on the phone, or I see a phone on the table, I'll just go up and say, oh, can I just borrow your phone? Actually, it's not the phone I need, it's the flash. And I'll just take the flash as if I'm taking it out the phone and put it in my pocket. This is just a daylight. And I'll go, great, and perfect. And then I'll go, oh no, look, you're down to 3%. You'll be all right though. Oh, by the way, I'm the magician. Let's show you something good, and now I'll start my trick. So I never ever go over to a table and say, I'm the magician, can I show you a trick? I always do a trick first, then tell them I'm a magician, then move into it.
I have to say, I open with a few gags, a few jokes, and establish that that I'm part of the entertainment, I'm part of the blah 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 before I go into it. But I always used to open with the ropes, the 3 rope trick. But I bought that. I bought a really heavy chop cup, a really heavy cup. I think I showed it you from Sven Bosch at Blackpool
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah. It was lovely.
And because it's so heavy when you're carrying it around the tables, and I don't want to put it in my pocket, I open with that now. But it's just a really fast trick. You just go in, you do it, and then at the end you just drop this thing on the table, and it goes bang like that, and it just gets a whoa reaction, and then I'll carry on from there. So that's what I open with now.
Yeah, I mean, similar to me, we have slightly different styles. Like I say, I like to do the trick before I even ask any questions. I just do
Yeah.
the coin routine I just showed you. It's like five, not tricks, but five magic phases that happen in about 45 seconds. So they're like bang, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. And I love flash paper because when I'm using flash paper,
Visual, yeah.
it's visual. Everybody in the restaurant, the room, the wedding, wherever it is, see it going off and go, oh, what's going on over there? So now
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
know that something's happening. And also, when I do that production of the jumbo coin at the end, if there's a table, I'll drop that on the table, and it makes a really, like your chop cup, it makes that loud bang thud.
Bang, yeah.
Or if there isn't, I'll actually pick a glass up and bang it off the glass,
Mm.
or I'll bang it on the table like that
Is
to
that
show
bigger
them.
than the? That's quite a big jumbo coin, that, in it, unless your hands are tiny. Because I've seen smaller ones than that doing the rounds.
Well, mine's always bigger than yours, Chris. Um, so yeah, so that's generally what I do as my opener. I love flash paper. I love anything visual that's quick. And again, you hit the nail on the head. For me, it has to be something quick that's your opener. I'd never do a card trick as an opener.
Yeah.
Even if it's fast, I want to do something that's quick, visual, and hooks them so they know that. Okay, this guy's all right. It's not what I was expecting. Like, I do hear people who go up the tables and go, "Oh, hello, good evening. I'm the magician. Can I show you a trick?" And they go, "Nah, not really, mate."
Yeah.
And you know you're done.
Or
And
have
it's
you
a
lost
and,
this
and
red penknife?
it's a huge deflation, isn't it? And now you're like,
I
oh my
never, I
god,
never asked permission to perform at a
no,
table.
no, me
The
neither.
only time I ever asked permission really is at a restaurant, and it's a different set of rules at a restaurant. I think because it's their space that they're paying
Yeah, yeah,
for, and
I would agree.
I've done it before where I've sort of gone up to a restaurant table and they've come from a funeral, or it could be that the kitchen is flooded and they're out because so it's a completely different. In fact, one of the last times I did a restaurant gig, it was quite funny. There was this guy and his son. And the kid was breaking his neck to see me like that and all that. And he's trying to get my attention. And I walked over to him and was like, hello. And he went, oh, yeah. He says, we don't want to see any magic. Thanks very much.
Well, I was just about to say, I never ask permission, even in a restaurant. I just go over and do usually that coin thing anyway.
No,
But
yeah,
again, I'll pretty much like you. I'll try and read the room, and if someone looks like they're not interested,
yeah,
I generally won't approach them, or I'll
yeah,
ask them, or I'll do something at the table next to them and involve them and see and
yeah.
sort of gauge it. So I'd be
You can
doing
normally
this, and
tell, can't you? When you
yeah,
can
you
do,
can normally
but like
tell just from experience.
if it's a party or a wedding or a corporate event or whatever, I'll just rock up and I say, I'm Chris, I'm part of the entertainment tonight, and I just straight on with you. Don't ask for permission. Like you say, never ask a question you don't know the answer to, and
Yeah,
do you want
I
to see
mean,
some? Well, no, thanks.
after I've done my flash thing with the raffle tickets, I've done that quick coin thing. I say, by the way, in case you wondered, I'm the magician. Somebody over there thought was the Rod Stewart impersonator. That gets a laugh. And I go, but can I show you something good? And then I'll just go into it anyway. And they normally go, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've never ever had a rejection from doing that.
No.
So there we go. Is that, hopefully that's answered the question
That's
or
it. Yeah, keep
our
them coming.
personal
Yeah.
opinion. Keep them coming. But now, can I now go into reviews?
Now it's reviews time.
So let's go into reviews. Okay, so review number one. This is a new item from Illusionist, which we just got in recently, and it's called Air Vanish. So before we talk about what it is and what we think of it, here is the trailer.
Who really carries coins on them anymore? Like, go and ask a spectator, can I borrow a coin? 9 times out of 10 now, they don't have one. They've got Slim Wallet, they only got Apple Pay on them. They probably haven't had coins since COVID. So I think this is why Air Vanish is so cool, because it allows you to apply the principles of coin magic to something new and emerging and growing in popularity, which is an air tag.
Juan and I loved the idea of using an AirTag as a substitute for a coin because it has this amazing property of always being able to know where it is. AirVanish is a tool that will allow you to vanish an AirTag under test conditions. No palming, no stealing, it just hides in plain sight. It happens in the spectator's hands and there are no moves. We love taking classic and tested ideas and transforming them into something that makes sense for us.
Make an AirTag vanish and appears anywhere you want.
The routine that we've come up with is incredible. To us, it's super trippy and original. There has never been a teleportation where you can, in real time, see it happen. The spectator names any city in the world, truly any city.
I want to go to Paris.
And then you take the AirTag, place it in their hand, where it then vanishes while they're still holding onto it. No! Thanks to the AirVanish system, when you now check the map, you will see that the AirTag has teleported to their freely named city.
Holy shit, it's London.
Yep, I don't know if the camera is picking it up. It's literally right in Paris.
The app is super simple to use. There are no suspicious moves. It's always out in the open.
¿Es tu casa?
When you perform AirVanish, you'll almost feel guilty with how easy it is. This is something you always carry with you, ready to perform at any time. It simply lives on your keychain.
My name is Juan Capilla.
My name is Alex Latorre, and welcome to AirVanish.
So there you go. That's the trailer. Should we start with what I think, or should we start with what you think? 'Cause I think we might have slightly different opinions.
Start with me,
Right,
and then you can change my mind. I honestly think it looks kind of obvious what's going on. You know, when you put it there on top of it, and then you turn it over and it's gone, and you just think, well, hang on, you know, it's just vanished inside there. But I think it'd be something that I'd have to try out a few times, because I'm fully open to the fact that I'm probably wrong here, because you know, I think it's AirTag, something that I haven't really handled on a daily basis.
Right. Okay.
And I guess if you're doing this for someone who uses one all the time and everything else, it might be amazing. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think I'd have to try it. And it might be one of them things, the first time I tried it on a real person and they like freak out, and I'll be like, that's incredible, you know, and I've completely changed my mind. And I'm just trying to think of some of the things in the past where I've done that. And that has happened before. You sort of think, I've bought it, I might as well give it a try. And you rock up and you try it, and it gets a far better reaction than you're expecting. So I'm unconvinced at the moment, but I'm prepared to admit that I could be wrong.
So the first thing I'll say is, okay, well, first of all, I like it. And the first reason I like it is because it's something completely different. I feel like it's not a coin trick. It's not a card trick. It's not mentalism. It's a vanish and a reproduction of what seems like a random everyday object. And what I love, which I think is stronger than the trick itself, is the app. So when you show your phone and you show tracking to the place that they freely named, I think that's really strong. And then I love the fact that then it comes back, but it doesn't come back to where it started. And now it could be in your pocket, your shoe. You could have loaded it on a spectator. I love the idea of loaded under somebody's watch. So it's now, you know, the AirTag is now underneath the watch for the ending. So when it comes back, because I love the premise of when you vanish something, what actually happens to that when it vanishes? Where does it go? So when you vanish a coin, a sponge ball, whatever item it might be, where does it go? does it disappear into the mythos of the universe? But I love
think,
the.
Do you not think people realise that it's not really going to Hong Kong?
Yeah, but it's fun though. I just think that's quite a fun thing that they could have named any city. And you go,
Maybe.
look, it's now goes to the city and then comes back, and then you kind of pick this up and you pick this the air tag up like this, and you go, it hasn't come back. Where is it? I must have come back around here somewhere. Now it's in your shoe or your pocket or their pocket, or whatever. And I like that principle. Now you could.
I like the idea of it vanishing and reappearing somewhere, but I'm not sure. I like the idea of it, on a fact. But anyway,
I mean, the basic idea is using this instead of a coin. So you could even do this without the gimmick. You could do it without the gimmick and just do, like a false transfer, like do it, a coin vanish it, and then show your phone, show that it's gone to the place that they freely named, and then it comes back and then reappears in your pocket or whatever. But for those people who obviously who don't handle coins, or don't do sleight of hand, then this does all the work for them.
It's based on the old card vanishing, the deck vanish.
Yes, if you've got the old deck vanish where you basically take the pack out, put it back in, and the deck vanishes, this uses the same principle. But it's built into, and it's something that you can carry on your key ring, genuinely. You explain to them what it is. This is completely self-working. So I think it's something that's really suitable for hobbyists.
You're going to try it out tomorrow at your gig?
Yeah, I might actually, because I love I love the app thing. I think it's really strong.
Okay.
I think it makes a
big
part of it.
I'm going to reserve judgment, and then I would love to find out how it goes at your gig next week, because if you tell me that it absolutely smashes you out the park, I'll believe you, because I'm not sure. I've
just done the vanish there if anyone was
yeah.
So that's basically all you have to do. It's completely self-working. So I think this is really suitable for like I said, hobbyists, amateurs, people who don't want to, learn any sleights or anything like that. It's pretty much self-working. And you can just do this without the app. You don't necessarily need to do the whole thing with the phone if you don't want to. You can just vanish this. It does come with a duplicate tag as well. So obviously once you vanish it from here, you can just have this reappear somewhere. You don't have to do the phone.
Oh, I thought you had to buy an air tag as well.
No, it comes with one as well.
So but it's not a genuine one. It's a.
Yeah. So once you vanish this one, you can then just have this reappear anywhere you want. Like I said, in your sock or your pocket or something. So you could just do it without the app. So I like the options that you've got there to do different things. I think it's quite well priced. It's $35.99. I think for the way it's very well made, I will say that. The gimmick is really nicely made. This is going to
last a long time.
It'll last you forever. This will outlive, well, certainly you, because you haven't got that long left. But this will outlive humans. It's plastic. It's going to last forever.
If I drop down with a heart attack tomorrow, you're going to feel guilty forever. You know that, don't you?
I will shed a tear. I won't cry for very long, but. So anyway, so there you go. So I know you want to reserve judgment. For me, do I like it? Yes. Would I buy it? Yes. Would I use it? It's probably not my sort of thing.
You've got to use it tomorrow night, man. That's it.
I will. All right. Okay. I'll use it in a gig tomorrow night and see how it goes, and then next week I'll report on
next week report back. And if you tell me it's smashed it, then we'll have a little addendum.
But I do think. If I had to be brutally honest, I think it's a great trick, but I don't think it's like a workers thing. I do think it's like a hobbyist, amateur type effect. You could buy and go out and do straight away. It's a pub trick. Would I use it regularly working? I don't think so. It's, but I do like it. I think it's really good and very well made. So there we go.
Awesome.
And good for the price.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's review number 1. And now moving on to review number 2.
2 and 2.5.
Oh, yes. Yeah. 2.5. So this week we're talking about Matthew Wright and Mark Bennett's Noble Virtues. So this is Noble Virtues. And but we're going to talk about another effect as well, but I'll quickly go over what this is. In fact, Taylor will now cut in the trailer now. So there.
So you have honor.
Wow, you're honorable. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever said
I'm sure most of you are familiar with the Noble 52. For those that aren't, let me enlighten you. The Noble 52 is the most exclusive magic club in the world. It's the world's most exclusive magic club. Only 52 of the world's greatest magicians are ever invited to join. Some claim the Noble 52 dates all the way back to King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. In the 13th century, there is mention of the Order of the 52. 52 of the greatest knights made up the highest order of the Knights Templar. One thing we know for sure is that it was around in 1832. We know this because of the memoirs of Robert Houdin. Jean-Robert Eugene Houdin, who Houdini named himself after, he's like the father of modern magic. He specifically references the Noble 52, telling us that in 1832 he was the president. This has been my biggest project for the last 2 years. 2 years ago, a hidden vault was found inside the Parisian home of Robert Houdin, and I was given the honour of restoring one of the relics. I spent 2 years. Not only did I restore it, I had to find out what the hell it was. So back to its former glory. This is a little trinket box, and you can see that is the logo of the Noble 52. It's got the circle of the magic circle, the triangle of the Illuminati, and the royal seal. Inside here, hold out your hand for me, there are 5 golden coins.
Cool.
Each one has a little symbol on it. Now, we didn't know what these were until I did some more research about the Noble 52, and I found that these were the noble virtues. These were the 5 symbols that represent the noble virtues that you have to become a noble knight. So, we've got strength to break through from chains, rings of loyalty, the wise owl, the courageous valor of the lion, and the honor of the sword. Okay? So you mix those up, and then just pop any one of them face down into the trinket box. Mix the rest of them up, and put another one in. Mix them up. I don't want to look at what you're doing, so mix them up, put them in, mix them up, put them in, yeah, until you've done all of them, and then close up the box. Now in here, we have the little lance. This isn't the original. The only thing that's left of the original is the handle, the cord, and the sword. I've had to restore myself, but you can see there's a hole in the top, and if you look through, you can see the hole goes all the way through, and if you look through, you can see it there. But if I put this in, that will skewer all of those coins and fix them onto the cord. We'll come back to that in just a second. Because here, we have the noble virtues. These aren't from 1832. These I got printed a couple of weeks ago. My master printer, but they are pretty nice, and they show the 5 symbols. We've got loyalty, strength, valor, honor, and wisdom. Okay? So we'll mix these up, and then I'll start dealing them, and anytime you want, you just say stop, whenever feels right. Stop. That one? Take a look at it. You know what the word is? You know what the symbol is? Perfect. Then hold out your hands like this. This is going to tell us what your noble virtue is. So, on the count of 3, just call out what your virtue is. 1, 2, 3.
How'd you get? Let me know. How did you do? No.
Myself and Mark Bennett are incredibly proud to present to you the Noble Virtues. We've taken one of my favourite tricks when I was getting into magic and given it the Noble 52 twist. It's easy to do, there's no reset, there's no angle issues, the spectator does most of the work. We've reinvented the story, we've reinvented the method. We've introduced new props which takes the method and magic to a new level. And the quality is exactly what you've come to expect from the Noble 52 range.
Well done, Tyler.
So there we go. That's the trailer. Now, I'm not sure whether Taylor cuts them out because it is quite a long trailer, to be honest, because it is a storytelling trick. So you've watched the trailer. The props that you get are beautiful props, really nice. It really does look old and like an old, genuine sort of relic that's been restored, which he talks about in the trailer. These are the coins that it comes with. These are really well made. And again, this would last forever. This is going to outlive you. It'll last forever.
So Mark Bennett is fantastic at getting stuff like this done. So we did a joint release.
That's the little sword.
So Mark and I did a joint release, which was a coin. It's basically the poshest knob gag in Magic. It's like a genie coin, and it's a beautifully made thing. So while we're talking about that, I recently got this from Mark. So this is called the Noble One.
Yeah,
and it's all along that same line. So you've got noble virtues. So they've basically created this magic club. So can you see it's the same sort of packaging and stuff.
Yeah.
The same, yeah.
The Noble 52 range, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Noble 52, and this one, I want to talk about this one briefly as well. So these are the cards that you get with it. Okay, and look at this.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen,
because we'll move on to this one in a minute, but it's the same designs. This is what comes with the Noble Virtues, and these are.
So have you seen this one?
Yes, I have. Yeah, we've got them in the shop.
You basically put that onto your spectator's hand, right? And then once that's on the spectator's hand, you do a sort of secret move, but whilst it's in their hand, and you force a playing card, and then at the end, when they turn the hand over, the card's on the ring that's in their hand. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a really gorgeous prop, and that one there that you know the virtues. Mark was on the stand next to me at Blackpool, and you're just drawn to it. It just looks fantastic, you know. It's not something that you do at a gig particularly, but if you were doing a parlor show, or if you've got a cabinet like this at home, you could just have it sitting there, and it just looks amazing. And
that's what I was about to say. It's something you'd have on your mantelpiece at home, and people go, "Oh, what's that?" That's a really cool looking. It's heavy as well, by the way. It's very heavy.
So it's based on the classic psychic escape routine.
Yeah.
Right. And if you haven't seen that, well, you've seen it on the trailer now. But basically, you know, you put it on there, and the one thing that they're thinking of is the one that falls off the sword. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It comes with these lovely cards that were briefly mentioned before. It comes in this lovely little holder, and then the cards you have. Turn them the other way around. These are the sort of cards. These are well made as well. And these are all sort of golden edges on them as well. If you look at the edges, they're all golden. I mean, this is a storytelling trick. It's not like a quick, fast trick. It's a story. It's a story. You know, that's what it is. It's you're telling the story about what it is.
It is this. I love that type of magic. I haven't got the right sort of personality to pull it off. In fact, this weekend it's the Doomsday Convention.
It is,
And I've always wanted to go to this, and I never find out about it until it's too late, and then they've sold out because it just sells out really quickly. And one of the years, I'm going to definitely want to go to that because I love watching people do storytelling magic when it's done well. I've seen people do it badly as well, but when it's done well, it's fantastic. I love it.
I like to watch storytelling magic, but it's not my style of magic to do.
No, me. No.
You know, I wouldn't perform this, I don't think. But again,
I don't think listening is your strong suit either. That's exactly what I just said, Graham.
Okay. But like we said last week, this is potentially something that I would have on a mantelpiece at home, and when people come round, and what's that? Then potentially I would do it. It's totally self-working, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. It literally works itself. You can't
not quite. You have to do a card move with those cards.
Yes, it depends on which routine you're going to do, because it comes with various different routines and various different cards, some of which are gimmicks for different routines, for different ways that you can do it. So there is extra cards that come with it.
Well, the one that I've seen Mark do is where you're doing what? It's a simple move. It's something that it's not beyond the realms of anybody's performance. Really, it's just it's very simple, straightforward. Well, it's a glide.
Yeah.
And a glide's one of the first things that most people, certainly I learned to do when I was I think it's from the Collins Gem Book of Magic. It was in there. It's a real beginner's move. But yeah, like you say, the actual escape part and everything is all self-working. The props do all the work for you.
Yeah,
looks gorgeous. I mean, it just looks beautiful.
It's very well made. It's beautifully produced. Yeah, it's very well made. A little sword that comes with it is nice. Just everything, it just feels nice. The coins, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear them on here. I put them next to the mic. It sounds ridiculous, but they sound nice.
Yeah.
You've got a nice feel and sound to
So
them.
it's
same as your.
It's all the different. So you've got like the different virtues. I mean, it's a lot of valor.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to show them up? So that's valor. That one.
That's a lion. Then you've got strength, which is that one.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And then there's this one, which I'm not sure if that's virtues, but get that. Then there's the sword, which whatever that is. Get that on the camera.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a quality thing.
And then the owl, which is wisdom. So yeah, it's a storytelling trick. So there we go. So that's that. And so let's talk about this one, and we'll just quickly finish off with the one you've got there. This do I like it? Yes, I think it's good. It's not cheap, I'll be honest. It is over £100 for this, but it's a prop that's going to last you forever. Would I buy it? Probably not. Would I use it? Not working, but again, probably at home on the mantelpiece. I think it would look a nice piece to have and then do. So that's my opinion. And you, Chris?
I'd buy it. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's gorgeous. And would I use it? Yes. If I was going to do, a parlor show, I would do it. I would definitely put it in a parlor show. But also, when you're doing a wedding, and you have a little callback, and you've got that lull, I think it's perfect for that. I think it's perfect for that. I just think you sit down at a table and you can spend a bit more time with people. I mean, yeah, when you're rocking around the tables doing a corporate gig, no. But when you're having the wedding breakfast, no. But that lull in between where you can sit down and chat to people for a bit longer, I think it's fantastic. I think, absolutely, I'd perform it. Yeah. So
in the right situations, basically, what you're saying, it works.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and then
I just think it's just quality. And then this, I've got this from Mark recently. I bought it from Mark recently. I haven't put it into my set yet, but I'm going to. I've just got to come up with the right presentation that's going to suit my personality. Something a bit funny, but I love it. I think it's great. And again, the same thing. I mean, I'm not sure the price on this. I think it's not as expensive as that, but it's still quite expensive. And the nice thing about this as well. So, like I showed you when you revealed can you just show that? Just because
we didn't really see that. It is a ring, isn't it?
So it's a ring, and it's on the spectator's finger.
Turn it sideways so we can see the ring itself. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
So it's a bit like an old sovereign ring that used to be popular in the 70s and 80s sort of thing.
And obviously we haven't played the trailer for it, but again, you talk about the Noble 52, don't you, and how all the members had a ring, had a special ring, and you give them the ring, and then you have the card selected in it.
Mark makes it funny because he says there's this magic club, and there's only 52 people. He said, I'm not saying that I'm in this club. But I have got a ring, and he sort of makes it funny. And Mark, he's a funny guy anyway, and he comes up with these things. So you can, where you've got the card reveal there as well. This is a really nice thing as well, mate. Is you can actually, it comes with different reveals, so you can change the reveal inside the ring. So you can change it for a different card, but also you can change it so it doesn't jump out as much.
Yeah.
So the spectator can be sitting there. So if you imagine that is on the ring, okay, and the spectator can be sitting there and it can be hiding in plain sight and they don't notice.
Don't notice until you point it out.
Until you point it out to them, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, I like that as well. That's good. So you've already answered the questions. Do you like it? Yes.
I do. I think it's great. I think it's brilliant.
Would you buy it? Yes, you obviously have.
Starts off like that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to, and I'll report back and let you know how it goes at the gig.
Very good. I like that. That's probably something more that I would potentially use in a walk around situation rather than this. I think this is probably even more longer story based than what that is. That one you could make into something quick if you wanted it to. So that's probably something more that I would use. So there we go. You kind of got 3 little reviews there. All of those props are available from Magicbox, but other retailers as well. You know, I don't want to just be here doing dealer dems all the time. We do like to show stuff that's from other people as well, but you can get them from Magicbox should you wish. So there we go. That is another episode done and dusted. Chris, anything else?
No, that's it. Have a brilliant week. Let us know about your terrible gigs for next week.
Yes, and any other questions, send them in. Keep
the questions coming. We'll report back on how Graham got on with his first gig since the Old People's Home fiasco, and he's going to let us know how he got on performing the AirTag routine as well, aren't you, Graham?
And I think looking at this, you do need a haircut.
I'm getting a haircut this afternoon.
No way.
Way. So
next time we see you, will you be bald?
I'll not as bald as you, but I'll have less hair than I've got.
Mind
you, I met your dad the last time I was up there, so you're doing well clinging on to that because your dad he ain't got a hair on his head, has he?
True, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Excellent. Okay, that's it. That's it from him and it from me. And if you don't subscribe,
two Ronnies, I like it. Good night
make
from
sure
me.
You subscribe, like the video, put your comments on, subscribe to the video, subscribe to Magicbox, subscribe to Chris Congreve, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Adios. Ciao.